Hello everyone, Piotr FX here, Peter or Piotr Fisner. This is a Xbox One S which I collected from the customer, and it was a repair attempt. Was working for a week and stopped. So that's what we know about it. You can see that it's a sticker here, so somebody was inside. At least that's what we can assume from the sticker. It's to be cleaned as well, because have some rubber or chewing gum, I don't know, but it is a bit of a work to be done on cleaning after, which is least of our problem. As we know, we should disconnect first power from the microscope. Yes, now we can disconnect HDMI. Now we can connect the HDMI here. Okay, different side. Okay, and now we can connect IC7, yes? So our regular plug. Now we can press the power button. Okay, so we see that this console has started, and I could hear the hard drive for a short time. Now I can't hear the hard drive. Okay, so let's try to switch it off. Okay, so there might be several issues. Might be some problem with HDMI, or with a Retimer chip or ESD chip on it. If I don't remember if these have, but I think these have as well, ESD, and when you press it should go off. In that case, you know, the hardware is okay. There could be hardware hard drive issue. But it doesn't want to go off. So either it can't read from the hard drive, and that's why it's failing. Because when there's an issue with only HDMI, then it's never a problem for it to shut down, and I'm pressing. We can hear the sound, but nothing is happening. So if that have read from the hard drive, and the hard drive is trying to now read, so finish the process of reading so it can shut down the console, then we might have this issue. So if we will hold and wait, press hold and wait, it will go off. So in that case, the hardware, I wouldn't suspect the problem with hardware as much as I would suspect with a hard drive in the first place. Okay, yes, I can definitely hear the hard drive only at the start, and then it's just dying. So probably what is happening, it's trying to boot and can't read properly. So I would go for complete dismantle, and while it's disassembled, I would just try to replace the hard drive. If I'll see any screen, like any post, then I know it's worth for me to put new operating system on that hard drive and have you know, a working console. Remove the dust, of course, and replace thermal paste. But if I won't see after replacing the hard drive any post, then in that case I would dig deeper to see if either HDMI retimer or something else is wrong with it. But if there's a hard drive issue, this might stand for a long time. Sometimes taking like 5 to 10 minutes, and then when you press, it's going off. Yes, if there is a hard drive issue, because the sound is there, so the hardware is recognizing pressing the button, but it's not communicating because of the hard drive issue. It might not communicate properly with everything else what it does need. Okay, so yeah, so I would literally go to remove everything. And now we can go and open it. You get one plastic priming tool, and one metal priming tool. I don't like to start from the sticker side. I like to start from the side, just from the side. Okay. Here I can use metal one because I see that it's going easier than on average, so it's fine. If you can't open it, it's good to have it on the edge, because then you can use this priming tool to go easily underneath and have like a sort of leverage. So that's why I was able to unclick this. No, again. Okay. Pinch at the time, yes? 2-3 centimeters at the time. Last but not least, okay, let's try not to damage the place where the sticker is. So it should pop out. If you are gentle, if you put in your priming tool there, it should pop out. Need to take off this sticker. Okay. You can see that it's like a white thing, so there is a small space here which we try not to damage when we're doing it, yes? Okay. Now what I've done is I went from this side and I've placed my priming tool here, and I went across so it started to lift up, yes? I mean lift down. That's why you can see that it's not damaged at all. No damage on the surface. Okay. Now we need to take 2 Torx screws. Let's get the bigger one first. Let's get the green long screws out. These green screws are holding to the top panel of the Xbox, so then if you want to take out the Xbox from the enclosure, you need to get these green screws out, yes? And then you can take it. And these are going to the sides, yes? This can go... Wow! Wow! Okay, I was trying to show you, that's why. But anyway, I would damage it, I would have to pay for it. That's why you have to be careful. Try not to show to people, try to do the work, yes? So now what it is the second part. To open it next, if you haven't watched other episodes, you've got those 3 which are common to get out of the thread, so that's okay, and here you've got 2 as well, and this element will pop out, but we need a smaller Torx for that. We got 2 on the side, so hopefully I've caught the right one. Yes, the right one. Yay, happy days. Doesn't go properly, the thread is damaged. That's what I'm always expecting from it, that there will be issues on the way at this place. Okay, and the third one. That's not too bad. I'm just curious, because if it was working for 1 week, it's quite dusty. What that company done in that case? Because that's, if it was working only for a week, this dust shouldn't come here. It's coming here when you use the device. So that's a bit out of my mind, to be true, because that's looking like several months rather than just 1 week. So either that company didn't care to do it right. Seagate Green? Barracuda? I don't recall these drives originally in Xboxes. I don't have open Xbox, but I remember the blue ones were in Xboxes. So I can Google even to be true, because that's quite interesting that we see green one. So it might be the case that that company assumed that it was hard drive issue. Might be the case. which HDD was mounted in Xbox One S. Oh no, that's a replacement. Yes, okay. Yeah, that's the replacement Barracuda. That's not the original one. Now let's get videos, and people are opening it, and yes. So, oh, Adam Man IT. That's a good guy.
This is called a hard drive caddy.
Yes,
or an
exactly.
enclosure.
So that was the original drive was white. It's still Seagate, but white. That's the original one. It was never this green one. That's a replacement. So this company probably have replaced a hard drive, and there were further issues with it. So let me close web browser, and we can start off attempt of this, but I'm quite curious if they have done anything on the motherboard. So let's put this aside. Okay, it's not unscrewed, so sorry, excuse me. It's a bigger one. It's smaller. It's bigger. Yeah, it's a bigger one. Okay, and these two. Okay, so now the power supply. Yeah, this one last one is as well. And did they do anything to the retimer chip? Actually, we can look at it under the scope. So, where do we have our HDMI? We can look at it together. Okay. Oh, my light went off. Well, I'll have to mount the light first. Sorry, guys. Cool. And that's not important, but this one is important. So I'll show you what I meant. I plugged in the power. Okay, we got it. That's fine. Just have slower response time. So this chip, it's a small, no, that's not, that's RAM. This chip here. If you have no display, usually this is a culprit. Yes, this chip. And That's called a Retimer chip. You can put TDP-158 chip, but let's go. Okay. And let us see which one is mounted here. And look, who's here? We'll make the full screen out of it. Yes. And let us... Oh, no, that's the wrong way. Okay, so it's 75 DP158, yes? So we're mounting here TDP158 and it's fine, yes? It's never the issue. TDP158 fits and 1S and 1X, so it's fine. So that's okay. But before making sure that you want to replace it, you should try other things as well. So we should try that hard drive. We should check those filters here as well, because each line from, let me check, get something which I can point you to. So each of those lines, top should go down, connected to the bottom, but they should not connect in between each other. The middle one here, the third row, is minus, yes, so that's a ground. So then again, ground shouldn't be connected to none of them. So you can see that that was never touched. So then we follow these lines of those filters, and we see this TDP 159 or 158, yes, this one. As I said, both of them will do. 75DP159 here is actually, and this chip was never replaced. How do we know it? You see those pins out of it going out? Those pins would be soldered. You could see that those pins are like a copper-ish, light copper color. So it's because it was never touched. Nobody have done anything with it. So now to make sure that, let's say the hard drive, yes, if the hard drive is fine, we don't have to touch this. If hard drive will be okay, then we can look at the HDMI port, and if HDMI port is fine, then we can suspect this chip. As I said earlier on, there is this ESD filter here, ST, this one, ST-PXD836, this one as well. So if either of these two will be wrong, then you won't have a display. But let us go to the HDMI port. Okay, so we get HDMI port. Now what we're trying to do here is we're trying to see if there are any issues with it. I see that it's actually okay, but I'm putting a little pressure. There's maybe anything loose. Any pins loose, that's mean disconnection. Some of these are data cables, data lines, that's a minus actually, this one, but those data lines what I'm touching now and the other ones are going from those filters. Then you get a 5 volts at the pin 18, pin 19 is on the very right side. So the data lines, you know, these are okay. Yes. And then you've got those grounds in between data lines. Okay. these are stable, so we can't say there is some issue with it. And that's 5 volts. I'm putting pressure and I don't feel any like movement. Now what else we can check is the port itself. I can't show you the port just because it will be quite challenging. So what I can do is I can take off this scope from this wooden expander to my surface. Take this one off. Now I can put scope at the edge and I can take it away. Okay, and we can take it like that, so that we will see. Oh, I think I'm going the other way around. This, yes, I was going. Okay, so what I see here, yes, those pins from the top are okay. HDMI out. These are okay. These are okay. No issues with that, yes? But we see that the other side is not that great. So let us take a look. Take a closer look on those. And it's on the data line. Would that be any problem? I wouldn't say. Yes, it's not ideal, I agree, but I wouldn't say there's a problem to it. I would like to do it a bit higher so that we can have a better look. Okay, that's wrong. Oh, that's better. And more. And we get it. Okay, so this pin here is the one which is, yeah, these are good, and this pin here is a problem. Would you not say? I see there's a problem. Now the question is it okay to just wash it and give it a shot? Because let's count this pin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 6th pin. 6th pin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6th pin. So 6th pin. We can check it later which one it is. HDMI 6th pin. Put this on the 6th pin. HDMI pins. Okay, so let's see what's on the 6th pin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is a channel 1. Okay, so channel 1, and that's minus. So that means it's a data line. In that case, if there's any issues with data, it won't work. So it's worth to make sure that this pin is working fine before driving any conclusions. Let's use some isopropyl. Okay. Just now it went on the motherboard good. It's safe to touch, that's fine, because that's isopropyl. Whoa. So now just for the contact, because we know that there's bad contact, it won't work. Let us put this hard drive and the power supply back to its place. And if we can have even for a second signal, and if it will work for a second, we can assume easily that the problem is on the HDMI port. But they replace hard drives, so that's a bit worrying. Why you would replace hard drive without checking the HDMI port? So let us switch off the scope. Okay, put it back to normal. Let's get this one out. Let us get power, some juice. Oh, come on, you little monkey. No power, but we only use isopropyl, we couldn't damage it. Literally, you can't damage motherboard by placing isopropyl because that's not conductive. Okay, so first time unlocked. Now so in that case it has a short circuit. It shouldn't have short circuit because that's isopropyl. You don't have short circuit on the isopropyl. So that's another problem. Now we've got no HDMI cable, we've got no hard drive. Still the same. So in that case, it's want to show us that there's an issue with this. But we can't have, that's it, isopropyl, that can't do any harm. And that's all we did. Nothing else was done here. So, if we count, make it up and running, that means it has to dry out and I need to check. So, if I will check, that's mean isopropyl is activating something what was in that port, and that's making short circuit. So I'll have to wash the port and then check it, because normally when you spray with isopropyl, you can watch many videos, people are using isopropyl, but this 99%, yes, if you're using this, not some 70% or something, it's not conductive, so it can't damage literally your console. And it's short circuiting, so it shouldn't short circuit because it was fine. So in that case we need to wait. I would have to use hot air to speed it up, but I don't want. I want natural evaporating happen, and I'll check it in the morning. So unfortunately those are the things which shouldn't happen, because you know what you're doing, you're not, you know, like guessing. But if it's happening, it's happening. You know, sometimes those faults are not shown to the customer. Sometimes these faults are shown to you during the repair, and if you don't know what you're doing, then it's a problem. But if you know what you're doing, then you shouldn't be afraid to do it, yes? And you are not afraid of doing things which you understand. So in that case, let's wait. Let's allow the time to evaporate. It's warm in the room. You see I'm in the short sleeve. Let's put these screws away. together with the rest. And let's go back to this issue tomorrow. But today we can call it a day. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.